other. They play each other a lot as they are both in the DAC. This is the first of two matchups they will play against each other, and these are programs that have met in the postseason each of the last 7 seasons, and they have played for a trophy in the postseason, mind you, in 6 of those games. So these are two programs that are very familiar with each other. What do you think that's going to play into today's game, Nate?
A lot of these girls know each other on and off the field. They travel together. They've been 2 towns that are right next to each other. They've been with each other forever. They know each other. They'll be friends. I'm sure they were texting back and forth this morning. Hey, what color are you wearing? What kind of bow you got on today? I know a lot of them. It'll be a fun one today.
Absolutely it will. Today's first pitch forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Today's forecast, it looks beautiful and it feels beautiful as well. Temperatures in the low 80s, 81 degrees, and it is sunny, clear skies here overhead. However, it's very windy. It's a very stiff breeze blowing at about 22 miles per hour that is blowing either out to center or out to left center field here today. So we should be seeing a lot of action here today here from both programs. We'll get you the starting lineups here for today's contest. We'll start off with the visiting Crown Point Bulldogs. Leading off and playing shortstop is Emily Phillips. Batting second, Scarlett Tetman. She will be the designated player today. Jasmine Nichols will play left field and bat fourth. Ashlyn Keita will bat fifth and play first base. Samara Franzen, the catcher, will bat fifth. Molly Scott will bat sixth and play right field. Center fielder Lily Perkins will bat seventh. We will have the pitcher, Chloe Wentz, bat eighth, and Audrey Roble, the second baseman, will bat ninth here today. And Lexi Howard will be the one that will not be in the lineup hitting today, but she'll play defensively at third base. We'll get you the Lake Central defensive alignment here in a minute. Sophie Calderaro is going to throw the first pitch here, and we have a stoppage here really quick as she steps into the circle here today. Calderaro has 6 appearances on the season. She has by far the most innings pitched of this Lake Central team, 26 innings pitched. First pitch is popped up into the air, foul to the right side, and it's going to bounce on top of the dugout roof, and it's quickly 0-1 here for Crown Point on Emily Phillips, the shortstop.
A little bit about Colorado. She throws a lot of strikes. She's only walked 4 batters this year, so those Crown Point batters are going to be aggressive early, not missing their pitch. She throws a lot of strikes, so they got to be ready to go.
Emily Phillips hitting .231 on the year with a homer. Swing and a miss on that one. It's 0-2.
She'll work in and out. She loves to play in the river. If you don't know what the river is, it's between where the plate ends and the batter's box, that little brown area with the turf here. So she likes to play on the outside a little bit.
Here comes the 0-2. Calderaro sets and delivers. That one just inside. It's 1-2 now here on Emily Phillips. So Calderaro, as we said, has been really the workhorse for this Lake Central staff. 4 earned runs given up in 26 innings pitched. It's good for a 1.08 ERA, but more impressively, 34 strikeouts against only 4 walks this season. The 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball to left field. Kalinsky camps under it and makes the grab head high. That's out number 1.
This is a good job of letting your defense do the work, and I'm going to throw strikes, and I got confidence that they're going to help me behind my back there.
There's no better feeling when you're a pitcher than having the defense behind you and having them be capable. To know if I give up a batted ball, hey, I've got someone behind me that's going to have my back. There's nothing better than that when you are a pitcher.
It helps here. You also have, with the turf, you don't have to worry about those bad hops. You're going to have perfect bounces every time. You can get in front of it. You don't have to be scared about it.
Scarlett Tetman up to bat now. That pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Tetman, the designated player, so not playing in the field today. Tetman on the year, hitting 305 appearances, 3 hits and 10 at-bats. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's outside again for a ball. She thought about swinging, but didn't do it. Interesting alignment. Jolie Adams in center field, playing center field today for Lake Central. She is shaded slightly to left center, probably playing the wind a little bit. As we mentioned, as we look at our press box window off to the right, that flag is very stiff. Ground ball back in the middle, that's a base hit. Good piece of hitting there from Tetman. It's a single. Second batter of this first inning, that'll bring up Jasmine Nichols.
She didn't try to do too much, just trying to make contact and let her barrel do the work with these bats these days. You don't have to do too much. Just be calm and hit square it up all the time, and you're going to be okay.
And it's very important that you have the mentality. You don't have to hit the ball out
Sure.
of the ballpark every single time you swing the bat. That's very important. Jasmine Nichols up to bat now for the Bulldogs. Shows bunt. It's popped up in the air, and it falls just in front of our press box.
I thought you were going to have that.
Our windows are closed, so
It's
I
kinda
couldn't get
open.
it. It's sort of open to have a little bit of breeze in here, but because of the wind, we don't want all our papers blowing around, so the windows are partially closed here today.
We're just saving Nate. You don't want him to get hit.
Absolutely. Jasmine Nichols is 5 for 16 on the year in 5 games. Pitch, check, swing, did she go? And they're going to say, wait for that on the board. She did not. 1-1 count here with 1 away. Jolie Adams now playing a more true center field for Lake Central rather than being shaded to the left side of center field. We see that a lot in baseball and in softball today.
Again, they know each other so much. Those scouting reports are out there. A lot of these teams use what's called Game Changer, and it has all their spray charts on there. It shows where everybody hits it. It's such a great free tool to have at your disposal.
Popped up foul out of play that time. 1 ball, 2 strike count here on Jasmine Nichols. Catararo still looking for her first strikeout. She has 34 on the season. 1-2 pitch about to come. Just waiting on the sign from her catcher. Playing the slow game here. The pitch, it's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I watched their game yesterday against Portage, and she was called for about 4 or 5 illegal pitches because she would go to that rosin bag that she has behind the circle, and she would not go back to her. She had to wipe it off. So she's doing a better job today of cleaning it off and going after it.
Here's the pitch. Swing in on the hands, a pop-up foul, and reaching for it was the catcher Kalinsky, but just out of reach. And we'll set up and do it again. 1-2 here with 1 away. You were talking about that. She also seems to really be playing the slow game here as she is pitching.
So again, she goes back to it again right there, and she's got to wipe it off. She did that yesterday, and she did not wipe it off. So they called the umpire goes like this. That's 4. They had 4 balls just like that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. It's 1-2. Crown Point showing a lot of patience here early. That's very important against a strikeout pitcher, is to try to not swing at those pitchers' pitches that they're trying to get you to chase at.
Yeah, just hit yours. Don't hit hers.
Hit the pitches that you can hit, and just try to lay off those that you don't need to hit. Here's the pitch. That ball is low and inside for ball 4. Throw goes to second. Doesn't matter anyway. That's a walk. So Crown Point has something going here. 2 and on with only 1 away for Ashlyn Kita. Ashlyn Kita, she's hitting .455 on the year, 5 hits and 11 at-bats with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. And we're going to have the head coach of the Lake Central Indians.
Coach Baker's going to come out. She's one of the better pitching coaches in the area. Her and her father's program produce a lot of great athletes. She was a great pitcher at Purdue.
She was a great pitcher at Purdue, indeed. She won Indiana Miss Softball in 2003 as well and was a part of Lake Central's 2002 state title team. And I don't know if this is still true today, but at one point she actually held Purdue's record for complete games pitched at one point. I'm not sure if that still stands. I couldn't verify that, but she did at the time when she pitched there. So great softball player in her day. The pitch up and away for a ball. It's 1-0 now to Ashlyn Kita.
It's one of those times when I'm sure in his games, Sophia has not been behind a lot of batters this year a lot. Yes, they lost a game this year, but I'm sure she's really used to working ahead, throwing a lot of strikes. She's out of her comfort zone right now.
1-0 pitch is outside for a ball. It's now 2-0. Yeah, to your point, Lake Central lost only 1 game. That was to Pendleton Heights at the Horseshoe Classic last weekend. They also have a tie on their schedule against Penn back on the 30th of March. That was the first game of the season, but they've won the other 6. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike.
It seems, again, when she throws strikes, good things happen. Don't walk people. You're not giving them other opportunities. Just throw strikes and let your defense work. Being
a strikeout pitcher, sometimes you can fall into those traps, or maybe your stuff works a little bit too well for you. That one right down the middle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was a great pitch.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're looking for. It's the type of pitch in that situation you just want the batter to freeze. That one little bit of hesitation of like, should I not? That's the difference between a ball over the fence and a ball that's in the catcher's mitt. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 1 away and 2 on. Swing and a shot down the line, foul to the left side. Just a bit out in front of that, but she hit that one hard. So 2 down. Ashlyn Kita up against Sophia Calderaro. Crown Point trying to take advantage of Calderaro early. She's given up a base hit and a walk to the last 2 Crown Point hitters. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got that one to break outside off the plate, and Kita goes down swinging. And that's another thing if you're a strikeout pitcher is that the thing about strikeouts is it's almost impossible to advance a runner on a strikeout except in very rare instances.
If you can figure out that happens more often, let me know.
2 outs. Now up comes Samara Franzen, the catcher for Crown Point.